Hello everybody, this is Yoko's Anime Reactions, and this is going to be my review for a show that actually got the dub out at the same dang time as the sub. Which I am happy about because I don't get why studios don't even do that anymore. Hardly any of them do that. They'll usually release the sub and then 2 or so weeks later they'll do the dub. And I hate that. I wish they could do the dub and the sub at the same time. Because then I was able to get this out around the same time as the sub coming out, though I think it came out Sunday, and it's Thursday at the moment, so yeah. Anyway, this is gonna be my review for why Raeliana ended up at the Duke's Mansion, episode 1. And as far as I know, I think this is a romance isekai, because the main character gets isekai into that world, but it's not just any world, it's the world of a novel that she read. And, yeah, apparently she is fated to die so the main female character can come into the picture, according to the novel. And she knows the way that her character dies. Arsenic poisoning because of her fiancé. Well, you're probably wondering, well, why doesn't she just cancel the engagement to the fiancé? Well, that's easier said than done. This guy's doing it because he wants to get his hands on her parents' company. And yeah, she tries to break it off with him, and he essentially is ignoring what she says and acting like he doesn't hear a word she says. She tries several different tactics of getting him to break up with her. One, by being, well, rude. Like, for example, pouring wine all over him during a dinner date. And then walking out when he goes to play the piano for her. That doesn't work. So she tries another approach by scaring the bejesus out of him. He takes her hunting. She goes to point the rifle. She gets this close to killing him, essentially, getting a headshot. That close. And you would think that any sensible man who has that happen to him would want to stay the heck away from the woman responsible, because you'd be thinking, this bitch is crazy and she's trying to kill me. Nope. This guy really wants that company that badly that he would risk being around the woman who came very close to killing him, essentially. Very easily, I might add. And essentially, yeah, this guy turns ugly fast. Not physically, but, like, personality-wise, essentially. When she tries to get him to leave, and he grabs her hand and essentially tells her, yeah, you're lucky, you should be thanking me that I'm even considering marrying a nouveau riche like you. And essentially, nouveau riche is someone who is trying to get their money through capitalism instead of through, like, nobility, because apparently that is going out of style very fast. And yeah, essentially he's not letting her get out of this engagement. So she can't exactly tell anybody that this guy was going to try and poison her because she has no evidence to support it. And considering they have no way of being able to test any tea for arsenic, she wouldn't have been able to prove it even if she had gotten a hold of the tea and been able to take it to somebody. Well, technically they probably could have. By having an animal drink it, probably. And if it died of poisoning, then they would have had their proof right there, but still. She didn't even let it get that far, obviously. Because, I mean, why tempt fate? Anyway, I'm trying to think. I guess to a point where she's at a party, and we get to see the main male love interest in the show, and it ends up being the male protagonist, aka the love interest of the main female character in the novel. And he is a duke, essentially, and a second in line, I think they said, for the throne. And they have been trying to get, shoot. What was I trying to say? A royal seal, which is supposed to be signing into a bill that, dang it, what was the bill? What was the contents of the bill or the law? That, you can't transfer, nobles can't transfer titles or something to others. I don't remember exactly. But essentially, he's got a lot of pressure on this guy. This guy's got a lot of pressure on him. His name is Noah. And she realizes that, essentially, if she got her hooks into him, then she'd have a much bigger bargaining chip and a way to possibly get this guy off her back. And it turns out that, her fiance, Mr. Brooks, is in league with someone else to try and still get that company, and if he doesn't, he's risking his own neck in the process. And she ends up following Noah out to the garden, and that voice of his, I don't know who the heck the voice actor is, I gotta look that up. That voice, that could charm anybody. Anyway, she tries to strike up a deal with this guy to try and get him on her side, I'm assuming, and maybe get Brooks off her back and out of the engagement. But Brooks decides to walk in on the worst possible moment, because she was trying to talk to him about the royal seal that was missing. But she has to change her tactics now. Instead of doing that, she tries to pretend that, oh, we've been having a passionate love affair behind your back, essentially. And I was like, he's gonna vehemently deny this, and you're gonna have to try and play it off like, oh, he's shy, he doesn't want to say anything about it, and then try to convince him afterwards, after this guy leaves, essentially, to what she was doing and why she was doing it. And maybe then he might, be okay with it. But no, he is one step ahead of her on this one, because he sees exactly what she's doing, and he plays along with it. And this pisses off Brooks because, yeah, essentially his plan is crumbling on getting her parents' company. And essentially he tries to essentially talk to her, quote unquote. And thankfully Noah steps in and tells this guy, yeah, you're not touching her. And he has her leave because, she has to go home. And essentially he sends his men to investigate her because she has caught his attention, and to keep an eye on her ex. And if he tries to do anything to her, to stop him immediately. So she has got his attention, at the very least, with her little stunt. As to what's going to happen because of this, because this could get around, we will find out. We'll have to wait till the next episode, though, but I won't have to wait for that. I'll get to read it in the light novel. Maybe. Anyway, if you guys are excited for this show, because this is another romance one, and I'm a sucker for a good romance, especially considering my own romance ended. Yeah. Anyway, I hope you guys want to see more, and I will see you guys in the next one.